The 35 most anticipated Hollywood movies of 2023 Part 1. The year boasts a wealth of superhero titles, plenty of explosive action, some spine-tingling horror, and even a few throwbacks to franchises of old, so stock up on masks and start marking your calendars. Magic Mike's Last Dance, 2023. Dean's Magic Mike XXL. This time around Tatum's Mike Lane has fallen. Ant-Man and Their Wasp, Quantumania, 2022. Directed by Peyton Reed. Starring Paul Rudd, Evangeline Lilly, Michael Douglas, Michelle Pfeiffer, Jonathan Majors, Bill Murray. Opening on February 17, 2023. It may have been delayed a year, but Paul Rudd and company are back for round 3 of this delightful franchise, which promises some exciting casting, namely, Jonathan Majors as supervillain Kang the Conqueror and Bill Murray as something. Creed 3, 2023. Directed by Michael B. Jordan. Starring Michael B. Jordan, Tessa Thompson, Jonathan Majors, Phylicia Rashad. Opening on March 3, 2023. Michael B. Jordan makes his feature directorial debut with the 3rd installment of the Rocky spin-off Creed franchise, in which he plays the son of Rocky's nemesis-turned-friend Apollo Creed. We don't yet know how things will play out in this chapter, but Jonathan Majors appears to be Adonis's opponent in the ring, while Tessa Thompson and Phylicia Rashad are set to reprise their roles as Adonis's girlfriend and mother, respectively. 65, 2023. Directed by Scott Beck, Bryan Woods. Starring Adam Driver, Ariana Greenblatt, Chloe Coleman. Opening on March 10, 2023. The writing-directing team of Scott Beck and Bryan Woods, best known for writing A Quiet Place, helm this sci-fi thriller starring Adam Driver as an astronaut who crash lands on a foreign planet, only to discover he has landed on prehistoric Earth, 65 million years in the past, to be exact, hence the title. The film is produced by Sam Raimi, and its score was composed by Danny Elfman, so all-around great pedigree behind it. Scream Vi, 2023. Directed by Matt Bettinelli Olpin, Tyler Gillett. Starring Melissa Barrera, Jenna Ortega, Mason Gooding, Jasmine Savoy Brown, Hayden Panettiere, Courtney Cox, Samara Weaving, Tony Revolori. Opening on March 10, 2023. Not long after 2022's Scream opened, it was announced that there would indeed be a sequel directly tying into the characters who survived that film. Hayden Panettiere also returns to reprise her role as Kirby Reed from Scream 4, but the film will be without franchise star Neve Campbell, who decided not to return after she was offered less than she felt she was worth for the film. As for the story, sisters Sam and Tara, Melissa Barrera and Jenna Ortega, and their friends find themselves terrorized by Ghostface in New York City. Shazam! Fury of the Gods, 2023. Directed by David F. Sandberg. Starring Zachary Levi, Helen Mirren, Lucy Liu, Jack Dylan Grazer, Asher Angel Rachel Zegler, Adam Brody, Megan Good. Opening on March 17, 2023. Zachary Levi's Shazam returns, along with his teenage form Billy Batson, Asher Angel, and all of his step-siblings, who have embraced their superpowered. But when new villains Calypso, Lucy Liu, and Hespera, Helen Mirren, aka the Daughters of Atlas arrive, the kids have to learn to work together to defeat them. John Wick, Chapter 4, 2023. Directed by Chad Stahelski. Starring Keanu Reeves, Lawrence Fishburne, Lance Reddick, Ian McShane, Donnie Yen, Bill Skarsgård, Hiroki Sanada. Opening on March 24, 2023. Chad Stahelski and Keanu Reeves' blockbuster action franchise finally reaches theaters in 2023 after a 2-year delay caused by the COVID-19 pandemic. We don't know much about the film, except that John Wick is at war with, and possibly presumed dead by, the High Table, and Stahelski has gone on record to say that there is a possibility that Chapter 4 will not be a happy ending for its central character. Dungeons & Dragons: Honor Among Thieves, 2023. Directed by John Francis Daley, Jonathan Goldstein. Starring Chris Pine, Hugh Grant, Regina Page, Michelle Rodriguez, Sophia Lillis-Smith. Opening on March 31, 2023. The popular role-playing game gets a shiny reboot, courtesy of directors John Francis Daley and Jonathan Goldstein. Game Night, 2015's Vacation, and an all-star cast that includes Chris Pine, Michelle Rodriguez, Hugh Grant, Bridgerton breakout star Regina Page, and more. The Super Mario Bros. Movie, 2023. Directed by Aaron Horvath, Michael Jelenic. Starring Chris Pratt, Anya Taylor-Joy, Jack Black, Charlie Day, Seth Rogen, Fred Armisen, Keegan-Michael Key. Opening on April 7, 2023. This big-screen adaptation of the iconic Nintendo character and his friends is being produced by Chris Meledandri of Illumination, Despicable Me, and the creator of Mario himself, Shigeru Miyamoto. Chris Pratt is voicing the famous Goomba-stomping plumber, who arrives in the Mushroom Kingdom and meets Keegan-Michael Key's Toad. Anya Taylor-Joy is also on board as Princess Peach, while Jack Black and Seth Rogen will voice Bowser and Donkey Kong, respectively, and Charlie Day will play Luigi. Evil Dead Rise, 2022. Directed by Lee Krillin. Starring Alyssa Sutherland, Lily Sullivan, Gabrielle Eccles, Morgan Davis, Neil Fisher. Opening on April 21, 2023. Originally slated to be an HBO Max release in the fall of 2022, the fifth film in the Evil Dead franchise is now headed to theaters in April. The story, which moves the action from the woods to the city, focuses on two estranged sisters whose reunion is interrupted by, what else? The discovery of a mysterious book that summons demons. The film doesn't appear to be connected to any of the previous entries, including the 2013 remake, but it promises plenty of blood-soaked thrills. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, 2023. Directed by James Gunn. Starring Chris Pratt, Zoe Saldana, Bradley Cooper, Dave Bautista, Karen Gillan, Pom Clementif, Will Poulter, Elizabeth Debicki. Opening in May 5, 2023. Writer-director James Gunn follows his giddily irreverent 2021 effort The Suicide Squad with the latest Guardians, which is sure to have a winning Chris Pratt, an awesome mix, see what we did there, of other actors, and, we're just guessing, plenty of comedic hijinks. We also know that Will Poulter is set to play Adam Warlock, who was teased at the end of Volume 2. Fast X, 2023. Directed by Justin Lin. Starring Van Diesel, Michelle Rodriguez, Tyrese Gibson, Sung Kang, Ludacris, Nathalie Emmanuel. Opening on May 19, 2023. This is only part 1 of the 10th installment of the most speedy and angry franchise out there. Part 2, rumored to be the last in the series, will drop in 2024, and while the plot is hush-hush at the moment, we know that Van Diesel, Michelle Rodriguez, and the rest of the family will be back to do their thing.